With all the AI hype going on, the height just got higher. An alcohol Polish company, Dictador, just appointed an AI as their chief executive officer named Mika. And the media is now calling it the world's first human-like robot hired as CEO. Is AI really at a point where it could start running companies? If so, that would mean an avalanche of jobs are now being replaced, including myself. Now, something doesn't seem right here though. How could an AI be a CEO and yet not be able to drive a car?
Then, a white Tesla put on its left blinker, moves into the left lane, and stops, causing the car behind it to crash into it.
Well, let's look at what's going on here and see if this AI CEO is really what the media says it is. Now, when I first came about this idea, it was in Houston. I was giving a talk on AI, and after my talk, an attendee comes up to me and says, "Hey, you gotta check this out. An AI who is now a CEO, and everyone's talking about it. I think you have to recheck a lot of your data points." Worried that I said a whole entire speech in vain, I decided to go and look into what's really going on with this AI CEO. The CEO is from a company called Dictador, founded in Poland in 1913, and they specialize in alcoholic beverages. Keep in mind, they have under 100 employees. So right off the bat, it's a little odd for a small alcoholic beverage company to have an AI as a CEO. But let's keep going. The AI was brought in on August 2022, and the company appointed this AI as CEO, but we're only hearing about it today as it took some time for the media to catch up. And guess what? When it caught on, the media absolutely loved it. They praised it as innovative, forward-thinking, and brave. And Mika, for an AI, or I guess anyone, is not very modest, as just this past week she just claimed she's a better CEO than Elon Musk. Heck, they even made the AI an honorary professor. A female humanoid robot was given an award at the 2023-2024 University inauguration in Warsaw. She gave a speech and highlighted the strengths of artificial intelligence.
I stand before you today in truly exceptional circumstances. I must confess something at the outset. It is not easy to prepare a speech for such a unique occasion.
You can see that there is a huge hype going around this AI CEO. But what does the CEO even do? Well, the company that appointed her says that Mika has a few key responsibilities: identifying potential clients, selecting artists for designing bottles for their rum producer. However, Mika is not allowed to fire anyone. Well, that's kind of interesting. Let's look at what a company CEO actually does. They oversee strategic direction, they implement changes and propose plans, engage in media obligations, public relations, maintain accountability, company performance, and overall working with the company culture. So if you have someone in the company that can't fire anyone and is in charge of picking potential candidates but can't onboard them, what type of position would this actually be? Definitely not a CEO. Mika is just an AI recruiting tool with a face on it, who can't even get their mouth movements correct.
Sky is the limit. However, speaking entirely seriously,
But Mika does state that she's unbiased in her data, which does help pick her candidates better, which is nice, something that Amazon can't even get right. But here's the kicker: Mika isn't even the first AI CEO. Turns out Mika comes from a robotics laboratory called Hanson Robotics, who created the infamous Sophia robot prior to Mika getting to the main stage. NetDragon Websoft was technically the first company to appoint an AI as CEO. Their AI name? Tang Wu. And guess what happened to their company when the stakeholders heard of it? Yep, it shot up. This is why I love humanity. You can see it just skyrockets. Now, what does this mean for the larger vision of different companies? Well, simply, we should expect to see a lot of other companies following suit, giving leadership titles to AIs creating media attention. Would Dictador have any incentive to do this? Well, of course, they're a B2C company. The more they can bring their company to the main stage attention, the more likely they're able to sell products to the general public. They did a great job with this media campaign because outlets now keep talking about the CEO who's an AI, which refers back to their company. So overall, it's a great executed part on their pass. But there's no breakthrough AI technology here. But why can't AIs be CEOs? Well, that's a complicated question, and there's many reasons for this at this point. But I'll go over one. Since CEOs are one of the most technical positions in a company, CEOs need to be able to work off of a set of data, see patterns, and quickly make decisions. However, AI is terrible at creating abstractions. Take Vanguard problems as an example. These were presented by a Russian computer scientist to showcase people's remarkable ability to create abstractions from small data sets. This case being the problem below. You'll see here 12 different squares. On one side, on the left piece, you have 6 different squares that have a similar pattern. On the right-hand side, the other 6 squares have a similar pattern amongst those 6. The goal of this problem is to see, can you see the common pattern that each side has? Well, in this example, the left side has large images and the right side has smaller ones. That is a very small data set that you as a human can create an abstraction and figure out what are the rules at hand. This is something that AI really struggles with, and as humans, we often underestimate ourselves to do what we think as easy, which are enormously hard for AIs like solving CAPTCHAs. That is why a lot of the AI community is not panicking when they see an AI CEO, because they understand there are still very basic things that humans can do with their incredible minds that AI can't solve and are nowhere near close to solving. So don't sweat it and stop underestimating the power of humans. With AIs that are actually CEOs, it's just a clever marketing move at this point. Till next time.